I'm 2 years old. The sun is not coming through windows anymore. It is a blue, cold hour in a cold Siberian winter. And the only thing that warms me that evening up is the walls colored in pink, orange shade at my home. I remember being there completely alone, so alone that I feel myself in peace. And this evening, this moment of standing in the corridor became to be the first memory I have. Most of what I know about myself as a child, I know from others, from their stories, the images, videos, our moments together, everything what it tells me. So I started questioning myself, which memories are truly mine and which are feeling like remembering just because they got told to me so many times. So I went looking for one that feels like my own, something that was never showed to me or told. We were at the seminar, 15 people of us. The professor asked everyone to describe their first memory. Not the first important one, but the first one you have. Whatever comes to you as far as you go back. She gave us 15 minutes, and then she came back and went around the room. Everything what others were saying was the parties, the events, the siblings, families. And they were chilling with their friends, doing some stuff together. So a lot of action, a lot of fulfillment. And then came my turn. I was quiet in the beginning. I felt embarrassed. I thought that my memory doesn't worth being spoken now. I described the corridor, the light, the moment of the day, the feeling of stillness, and that's all. And then I added, I didn't have sisters yet. The first one I got when I was 4, the other one I got when I was 7. And so the all memories I have of being alone, not lonely, but being alone where no other people included, are exactly from 2 to 4. Imagine how many memories I carry where no one else besides me. The professor was running a seminar. She was doing years of psychoanalytics. To be more precise, she spent 10 years working as a psychoanalytics in the prison facilities. So imagine her patients were... And in this moment, she wasn't running any warm exercise. What she was actually doing is precisely listening. She asked how the memory feels. I said, warm, comfortable, but I feel a bit disappointed. Nothing happened there. In this moment, she said, there happened a lot. She said, the space, the light, the fact that you were alone forms your visual language as a director. It was already formed even before you became a director, even before you realized that you want to go and make images and tell stories. What she was describing, the visual language, it's the certain condition that makes a director's work be recognizable as there, not as something that is directed, but something that creates a connection, the bond between the work and the author. She hadn't seen any of my films. Only information about me that she was working on is that memory. I thought maybe it's the road how I should direct my future works. Maybe I should include all these objects and all this space and time and lighting and everything what happens there into my future works, and maybe this will become recognizable as mine. So the lecture ended, and in the next days I was walking around and thinking about my past works, and then I actually realized that all the signs, they were seen before. And I was searching for these frames where a condition of memory was operating, a practical quality of stillness before something appears, this directional lightning, this color. I thought about it and I found it more often than I expected. But then she said that completely changed my perception. She said, for someone who says he only exists as the perspective of other looking at him, that formed by memories, stories, opinions. This was the first time nobody was looking. You were on your own with no observer. That's what the piece was. I recognized it immediately. My sense of myself, as long as I remember, was built from outside, from how others see me, from what their attention creates, from what others are telling about me to others. But I didn't know it was unusual. I genuinely went to search a memory which is my own, truly my own. And this was the moment when they left me alone and no one was there. Was she right? The only way to find it is to go back to my films and look them through. What I was looking for, the frames where the conditions of the memory were operating, this soft directional lightning, the time of the day, that color that was on the wall back then, the feeling I had of being alone, the world which is not interrupted before something rapidly changes. So you can't see his face, only the side of his head, the back, the light that comes ahead, the color that surrounds him. And then we go to this horizontal shot that directly delivers that shade that was always a blue hour during winters in Siberia. I shot it and I went back to it 20 times in the editing. I didn't know why I created the shot, why I came up with the idea of doing it, because it's not holding any dramatic weight. Now I think I was looking for the space where the stillness feels different, where the tension is built as something external, where the emotions are held inside a closed space. But this frame is actually not meant to be essential to execute the script. Let's look at her. This is the moment when she is tied up by the circumstances where she is. This is the moment when she feels dependent, when she feels watched, when she feels uncomfortable, when she is about to fall. And this is the very unstable condition, and this is very uncomfortable moment for her. Let's look at the other part of this film. This is where she finally gets out of there. Alignment with the space around, the moment of a complete stillness that surrounds her there. Being the one with the studium, connecting to the moment, connecting to time. And only after this, in that film, comes the catharsis. Let's look at another film. It's a very specific time of the day. The very specific color it holds. And the moment of separation between two, a brother and a sister. And why this is important for me. This is something what is genuinely mine. That carries a deeper meaning, that carries my cultural DNA. That means that there is nothing tragic in the moment when the hope comes and when you find something to carry on. This is the shots that I didn't even want to make, and only On editing, when I put them all together, I found out that there is something what makes sense of having it in the sequences. So I picked them up and put them in the material together, and they made so much sense for me when I saw the rough cut. I'm not sure. Knowing the source of your visual language makes you better in using it. The films that were made before the seminar are looking exactly the same as the films that I did since then. Nothing changed. They are the same condition of the space, the same moment, the same feeling, the same emotions carried. I just stopped pretending like it's something what has to have a ground in the story. What changed is I basically stopped pretending that these choices were deliberate. I used to think that taste is something that formed by consistently watching films, creating films, writing stories, holding the camera and pointing it on different objects. And this is partially true, but there is something underneath the reference. She ended up with saying something that stayed with me way longer than my impression of sharing the memory. She said, "There is something tragic in it." I waited. Tragedy wasn't the memory. It wasn't the sister arriving. It wasn't the solitude made at the age of 4. And it wasn't the fact that the image of myself is something what brought from others. She said, "It's tragic that you never write about this stuff. You bring to me cheap, fake stories full of cliches, but never the depth of what you are telling me. And I want to encourage you to write about these things."